work over the years, because it's actually the third time that I've actually made the list. But for the first time, it seems to have resonated with so many more people. I don't know if it's because there's more social media or there's just more attention to socials and what's going on generally. But it was very well received. I mean, I've been celebrated by so many amazing people that it's heartwarming. It's inspiring to be appreciated and to be celebrated for what you love doing. Because I say, if you don't love what it is that you're doing, why wake up in the morning every day doing it? I love what I do, and to be rewarded and to be celebrated for it it's God.
And you're just one in 4 African women that were on the list this year. Do you think that is reflective of the number of African women breaking barriers on the continent?
Absolutely not. I mean, which is why I said earlier that there are so many women doing incredible things. There are so many more that should be celebrated, and I think I mentioned that when I posted on my page about thanking Forbes for the opportunity, but understanding that there are so many more African women that deserve celebration, so many more Black women that deserve celebration. I mean, for example, I have a new series that I'm working on called Black, Brilliant and Bold. It's a celebration of the extraordinary achievements of Black women around the world. But my season is only 10 episodes long. It doesn't mean there are only 10 women doing amazing things, but the thing is that the season can only actually celebrate 10 women. And I'm hoping, of course, to do more seasons. But at some point, you do have to make a selection. And I think what's happened is that they've made a selection. Yeah.
And another woman on that list is Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. I mean, she made history when she was appointed as not just the first Black, but the first woman to occupy the role as the DG of the World Trade Organization. And that inspired a lot of women.
So many women.
But do you see more of that happening? More women stepping out to break barriers?
Women have to step out to break barriers. Women are stepping out to break barriers, but we have to understand that there is still disparity. I say that every African woman has to work 3 times harder than any other woman in the world. I mean, you are working against the fact that there's already gender bias, which is 1. 2, there is a bias that you are Black. And 3rd, there's a bias that you're African. And in some instances, there's even a bias that you're Nigerian. So you have all those levels of discrimination that you have to fight against. So I believe that it prepares us for just being excellent at what we do, because I know that those barriers exist. I know that I have to work 10 times harder than anyone else around the world. And I find that what it does is that it prepares me to be better than everyone else. So by the time I'm presenting a project, a proposal, I know that I've made sure that that proposal is going to sell through simply because I've put the work into it. Because I know that if I don't, it's never going to get read. And I preach this all the time to say that you can argue to your blue in the face that, it's not fair, but what isn't fair, what works, what doesn't work, you've got to think about what works for you and what are the opportunities out there. And there are limited opportunities still for women. We must keep talking about it. We must keep fighting against it. Even if you look in Nigeria at the number of women that occupy political positions, it's unacceptable that we have the numbers we have. But we have to keep talking about it. We have to keep working at it to ensure that the numbers get better, 100%.
You moved from a career in human resources to the media at the age of 40. Why was it so important for you to do that?
Well, to start with, everybody thought I was having a midlife crisis. You don't wake up at 40 and then decide that you want to move into a new career path. But I say, and I preach, that you must do what you want to do when you want to do it. Don't think about what anyone's going to say. Don't think about, oh my God, I am 40 or I'm 50. You have to know in your heart that you think the time is now.